Hey learners of English, welcome to the channel. This channel will help you expand your English vocabulary and it will help you improve your English listening skills. And this channel, I should say, is mainly for native Russian speakers who are learning English. Right now, as you can see, I'm in a very cold and snowy place. I am in Novosibirsk in Siberia and winter is coming. So a lot of people get depressed by winter. Personally, I don't get depressed by winter. I actually quite like the winter. But a lot of people get very depressed. So I would like to talk about a bit of a depressing topic with you today, given that winter is coming. If you have experience learning a foreign language that is not English, for instance Chinese, then maybe you will have noticed that native Chinese speakers are very impressed when you know some Chinese. They will give you a pat on the back and they will say, "Wow, you speak Chinese really well." I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate to give you bad news. I hate to break it to you. But this is not the case for English. Unfortunately, with English, most native speakers do not care. Well, they do not notice the fact that you speak English to a very high level. And this is very sad, and it can be very discouraging if you have been studying English for a long time. So you need to learn how to develop thick skin, which means that you do not care what other people think about you. Most native English speakers do not know what the present perfect is. Many English speakers probably know what the definite or indefinite article is, but they don't really understand how difficult it is for native Russian speakers or native Chinese speakers to learn what an article is and how to correctly use it. So maybe you have learnt the third conditional, which is, if I had done this, I would have done that. If you use the third conditional, most native English speakers would not know what the third conditional is, and they wouldn't notice that you have used it, and they would not notice that you have spent so much time learning it. So unfortunately, you have to just put up with that. You have to tolerate the fact that most native English speakers do not care, or they do not notice how much effort you have put into your English language skills. So if you really get easily discouraged by this, then I suggest learn a language where native speakers show that they're very impressed with your language skills. I used to study Italian. I haven't spoken Italian in a long time. I studied Italian at university, and Italian for English speakers is actually quite an easy language to learn because there are many similarities between English and Italian. They're not the same language, of course, they're quite different, but there are many similarities. And when I spoke Italian pretty well. My Italian right now is quite rusty. I haven't spoken Italian in a long time. But many Italian speakers were very impressed at the fact that I could speak Italian. And it was so cool going to Italy because people would say, "Oh wow, you speak Italian." I haven't noticed this so much in Russia. For some reason, Russians don't normally show that they're impressed with your Russian skills. Maybe it's because I look like I could be Russian, and when I first start speaking to people, they think, or maybe he has learning difficulties, or maybe that I have been hit on the head really hard. But then when I tell them I'm British, they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." But you don't really get any wow reactions from Russian people. But this is definitely not the case for English. Most English people won't say to you, "Wow, your English is so good." It's quite rare that you will hear that. So what can you do? Well, you need to have a really good reason as to why you're learning English. And there are many, many good reasons as to why you should learn English. I don't really need to list them all. I think it's quite obvious. English is the most widespread language in the world. You can travel everywhere if you speak English. Us native speakers, we're really lucky that we have English as our native language. Yeah, someone's walking past, so it's really funny. Filming in public, it's not a natural thing to do, but whatever. It really is strange filming in public, and then people stare at you and they think, what is this guy doing? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll never see the person again. So native speakers of English take their they take it for granted that they speak English. They don't understand how difficult it is to learn English to a high level. And yeah, you're not gonna see native English speakers say, wow, you're amazing. So you need to have a good reason as to why you're learning English, so that you can stay motivated on your language learning journey. And also, I suggest hire a tutor, an English tutor who has experience learning foreign languages, because these tutors can give you a lot of encouragement, because they understand how difficult it is and how embarrassing it can be learning a foreign language. I have embarrassed myself many times learning Russian. One funny mistake I made was I used the word I said я писаю instead of я пишу, and that was a pretty funny mistake to make in public. So I understand how embarrassing it can be learning a foreign language. So by the way, I am an English tutor, so if you're interested in booking a lesson with me, then please send me an email. The email is in the description of this video. So hire a tutor who has experience learning a foreign language, so they can give you some encouragement. So let's end the video there. I'm absolutely freezing. I'm sitting on on a very cold step right now, and my bottom is gonna freeze off, so I have to end the video now. But thank you so much for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time. So bye for now.